Lots of good support here for the Russians. A contrast in styles. Brazil, the side who play with such flair. Russia, the European champions who play with such organisation. You can go right through the Brazilian squad of 14 and pick out stars. Falcao has been particularly impressive in this championship. Manuel Tobias, arguably the best player in the world. He scored 13 goals. He managed 14 in the championship in 1996 when he was top scorer. He's already top scorer in these championships. In fact, the top 5 scorers in the championships are all Brazilian. Russia haven't been at their best in the championships. They have a few problems here. They're without two regulars out suspended. The Brazilian lineup then. Brazil, 3 times world champions. They've been in brilliant form. 61 goals in 5 games. They scored 55 in 8 games when they won the title in 96. They can choose their strongest starting 5. As for Russia, they're without their top scorer, Konstantin Yeremenko. 5 goals in the championship so far, but he's suspended after being sent off against Egypt. Andrei Kachchuk is also out suspended. So here Russia have to pick from 12. 10 of them outfield players. There's Mikhail Bondariv, the Russian coach, also been in charge of the very powerful Dina Moscow squad. It wasn't until last September. And 10 of his former Dina Moscow players are currently in this Russian squad. He's been it all or through it all before as a player in the past. 3 times he's been on the winning side as a player, the Brazilian coach. Now he has an opportunity to perhaps lead them to a title as their coach. We're all set to get underway then. Group E, Brazil, the world champions, against Russia, the European champions. Brazil in their familiar yellow shirts and blue shorts. They'll be attacking from right to left. They've been very, very impressive here. How will Russia approach this? Only to aware that they can afford to concede 11 goals and still go through. But they'll want to make their intentions known. They won't want to go through to the semi-finals as lightweights. They'll want to make a stand. They'll want to put on a good show. How will Russia react to the fact that they haven't got Konstantin Yeremenko in there? Arkady Bilai is currently leading their attack. Bilai, a very sharp and very nippy player. Alec Berov on the ball. Tries to work the ball through towards Bilai. Alec Berov again. Here is Bilai. Varishnikov, the skipper. Wayward pass there by Varishnikov, which has surrendered possession to Brazil. In futsal, remember, we have a kick-in as opposed to a throw-in. Schumacher on the ball now. Tobias! He hasn't quite found his range. But Manuel Tobias in fantastic form already in these championships. 13 goals he scored. He's a creator as much as a goal scorer. He isn't too bad when he's helping out in defence, but that was an awful throw out there by Denisov. And Russia very nearly punished. Good chance that for Lenicio. Russia with an impressive record in futsal. They were 3rd in Spain in 96. But here come Brazil. Schumacher's intended pass for Manuel Tobias charged down. Alec Berov. Now Varishnikov. Patient approach play by Russia. Russia who try to make 4 substitutions at any one time. They like to keep players on for a couple of minutes and then change them. Markin. Now Beeline. Good period of possession this for Russia. Berov, Varishnikov. Nice early sharpness about the Russians passing. Berov just allows the ball to slip out. Here come the changes. Brazil eager to raise the tempo. Another wayward effort by Manuel Tobias. His finishing has been superb, but neither his early efforts has troubled Oleg Denisov. Varishnikov. Chuganov now on the ball. Hammered forward there by Denisov. Rather cagey opening. Brazil were held 0-0 at half-time against Portugal, one of the other semi-finalists here. They eventually won 4-0. That was in the first phase of the competition. They hammered Kazakhstan 12-1. They beat Guatemala 29-2. And some incredible play from the Brazilians, really bossing affairs. And Manuel Tobias once more to have a shot at goal. That's 3 already for Tobias. There's a glimmer of a chance for him, but he just stumbled there as he tried to shape to shoot. Petskov, Shuchko, now Chuganov. Manuel Tobias, nice play there by Schumacher to try and get that ball under control, because it wasn't easy for him. Schumacher, like Falcao, two of the players apart from Manuel Tobias who's really caught the eye here. Shuchko. Malushev. Kupetskov. There's a chance here for Russia. Had to readjust though. Malushev there, just in the perfect position it seemed to maybe test Lewis here. Chuganov now. And Shuchko. Malushev did well in a very tight position. Now he's got a bit more room. Nicely done by Chuganov. Chuganov away from Schumacher. Oh, a great chance for Russia. It's one which they should have taken. It's not often that Schumacher makes a mistake, but he made a mistake there. He charged in, and it was the quick turn by Chuganov which deceived him. That was a very good chance. He should have scored. Back come Brazil. Lenicio. Malushev now for Russia. Alek Berov in good support. Brazil have the kick in, but the best opening so far has fallen to Chuganov and Russia. Manuel Tobias. Now Schumacher, who let Chuganov in. Lenicio on the ball. Here's Firmino. Good stop by Denisov. 5 attempts on goal already for Brazil. Alek Berov. Feely now back on. More substitutions from Russia. It's a tactic which has been adopted by several of the other teams in this championship. Argentina, who've just beaten Egypt 4-3, did it to good effect. Manuel Tobias. Oh, great shot that by Manuel Tobias, and a fine stop by Denisov, who did well to recover to make the catch. It really was a thumping drive by Manuel Tobias. Got a lucky break, but he was so aware to get the follow-up shot in. Forward by Varishnikov. Varishnikov, who scored 2 penalties in the game against Argentina, a game where Argentina lost their discipline and ended up losing 7-1. Brazil have committed the first foul. Over 5 minutes play. Good running by Beeline. Really has got an eye for goal. KD Beeline, very quick and nimble. He's managed 4 goals in the championship so far. 24 in total for Russia. Oh, and Manuel Tobias there, flying in. He appeared from nowhere. Got him behind Michael Martin. Delightfully done, and a very positive attempt that by Manuel Tobias, and it's Tobias who's got back to help his defenders out. Firmino and Schumacher, the two who generally operate at the back for Brazil. Beeline was just bullied off the ball there by Firmino. Schumacher. Now Manuel Tobias. Firmino. Still with Firmino. Now Manuel Tobias. Can't quite get the angle right for the shot. Needs a bit of support, and he's unable to get it from Linicio. Brazil, the 3 times world champions, the firm favourites to win the title here. That was a hefty challenge by Schumacher. Compromising defender Schumacher, and he sent Petskov spiralling into touch. Second foul against Brazil. What can Russia conjure up here? Ball stood firm. Malyushev just unable to release Chuganov. When a player is running at full speed and he gets caught like that, there's only one place he can go, and that's straight to ground. Tobias. Nicely done by Linicio. Great skill by Linicio, but the footwork didn't deceive Shuchko. Shuchko fouled now. Foul count is rising against Brazil. Brazil are quick. The Russians also quick when they're in possession. So comfortable when they've got the ball at their feet. 3 fouls now against Brazil. Shuchko. Good control by Kupetskov. Chuganov. Clever play by Kupetskov. Shuchko looks very strong coming forward. Here he is again. No foul. He has a look. Firmino. Now Schumacher. Manuel Tobias. Great buzz whenever he gets anywhere near the ball, and he's on the ball at the moment. 29 years of age now, Tobias. 3 times a world champion. And Linicio. Eventually they get it. It's Manuel Tobias. 14 goals in the championship now. That equals his total back in 1996. He's given Brazil the lead, as he's done so often in the past. Tobias with the original effort. The ball was pinging around inside the D. Linicio had a jab at the ball. But eventually it was Tobias who was there first to react, to get the ball beyond Denisov, despite Kupetskov's best efforts also to get it away. Beeline at the other end now. It's been an open and attractive start to this game. What a tournament he's having. 7 games, 12 assists to go with the 14 goals. On by Tobias. Bilai with a clever header forward there to marking. Bilai again on the ball. Alec Berov. Bilai. Here he is again. Nice running there by Alec Berov. Lavarisia to make the save at the foot of a post. Lavarisia just urging his teammates on. He was sent off in the game against Egypt and sat the last one out. Schumacher. All deflected, and deflected straight into Denisov's arms. Baryshnikov didn't know too much about that. Manuel Tobias. Strong work again by Lenicio. Great work by Lenicio. Firmino unable to find him for a second time. Here's Bilai. Danger when Russia come forward. Manuel Tobias read the situation well for Brazil. Brazil comfortable on the ball, but a good understanding when they haven't got possession. Firmino, great skills from Firmino. Unable though to set up Manuel Tobias, and that was a rash challenge by Firmino, perhaps aware that Alec Berov had the pace to try and put his goalkeeper under a bit of pressure, and he's gingerly going off to be substituted, but before he goes off he's going to be cautioned. Yellow card for Firmino. 4 fouls now against Brazil, just beyond the halfway point of the first half here. Yellow card for Firmino. Not too many Brazilians get cautioned, although their goalkeeper was sent off against Egypt. Desperate attempt to keep the ball out. Here's another look at the goal which has given Brazil a lead, a goal scored by Manuel Tobias. Back come Russia, very patient, very methodical. Forward by Baryshnikov, he can't pick out Alec Berov this time. The weather in Russia means that there's a healthy indoor scene there. The women also have their own championships, but the game no bigger than in Brazil. Here's Tobias. Cleverly done. Schumacher. Bilai back to get the block in. Good defending by the Russians. Schumacher has been a real force for Brazil in the championship. Manuel Tobias. Here is Schumacher. Now Falco, whose skills on the ball have been breathtaking at times. On by Lenicio. Another chance for Lenicio. Great save again by Denisov. It was an awkward angle for Lenicio, but the Brazilians with so much confidence. Brazil a joy to watch. Falcao. Nicely done by Manuel Tobias, and Schumacher has scored. Good goal by Schumacher. Great vision again by Manuel Tobias. Brazil ahead by 2-0. Delightfully done by Manuel Tobias. Just lofting the ball forward there. Almost lazy, languid lob forward. And there was Schumacher, feet first to beat Denisov, and to get the second goal here for Brazil. Nine goals at these championships now for Schumacher. Schumacher, a defender. It's not a bad return. Who can stop Brazil? Here they are against the European champions. They lead by 2-0. It was a magnificent second goal by Schumacher. Great commitment by Schumacher. And Delightful play by Manuel Tobias to see him making the run into the D. Schumacher. Manuel Tobias. Lenicio just ahead of him. Falcao wants to get into the action. Here he is. Not a bad start either. Good save that by Denisov, who was off balance and was falling away then as he managed to divert the ball to safety for Russia. Of the Russian squad which won the European Championships are involved here. Russia beat Croatia, Costa Rica and Australia. Russia here have the bulk of the possession, and another good opening there for Malyushev. Change of approach there by Russia, getting Malyushev well forward. He was well picked out as well by Kubetskov. Schumacher. Now Manuel Tobias. Benicio just had him. Great skills by Manuel Tobias. What a wonderful goal that was. Superbly done by Manuel Tobias. Brazil are getting better and better. He's getting better and better. Lovely skill from Manuel Tobias. Sharpness of the shot was enough to beat Denisov. There was nothing for him to aim at there, but he still managed to squeeze it in. 3-0. His 15th goal in the championships. Here come Russia. Alec Berov with a shot just wide. Manuel Tobias, who scored a hat-trick against Kazakhstan, 6 against Guatemala, another hat-trick against Egypt. Only 1 against Argentina, but 2 more here. And it's Manuel Tobias who's racing all the way back there to cut out a crossfield pass from Belai towards Alec Berov. There was a break on there for Russia, but Manuel Tobias was aware of the danger. His skill is truly breathtaking on the ball. Such great balance, super poise, and a cool head when it matters. Falcao, confronted by Varishnikov. Schumacher. Schumacher again, now Falcao. Varishnikov across to cover. Varishnikov to get the blocking. Manuel Tobias. Schumacher. Benicio just unable to take advantage of the forward pass. Here come Brazil again. Manuel Tobias, nice change of foot there by Manuel Tobias. Falcao, now Lenicio, cleverly done. Schumacher. Oh, lovely ball forward there by Tobias. Falcao, great skill from Falcao. Audacious play here from the Brazilians. To think that they're playing against the European champions and they're almost showboating. Falcao. Shot was driven against Belai. Back come Russia with Markin. Good running by Alec Berov. Belai. Now Varishnikov. Brazil have time to regroup in defence. They're good coming forward. They're very solid at the back, particularly the man on the ball at the moment, Schumacher. Eye-catching performance again from Falcao. Ball time seems to be stuck to a string on his foot. Alec Berov. Here's Belay. Alec Berov! Another good chance for Russia. Chuganov has missed from close range now. Alec Berov has had a sight of goal. Manuel Tobias. Quick feed by Deniso. Oh, they're enjoying this now, Brazil. Mark in there took a swipe at the ankles but wasn't able to get anywhere near him. Here's Schumacher. Well, we know already what he can do from that range, but then he was unable to supply the finish. Wonderful skill again. Just look at that. Mesmerizing skill. Brazil taking a few liberties. Marking now. Petskov there, angling the shot just wide. Time for substitutions. Anderson has come on for Brazil. Malyushev has come on for Russia. Anderson. Falcao. Wonder what he will do this time. Falcao. Vander just unable to keep the ball in play. Haven't been too many misplaced passes from the Brazilians, but you would expect that. Solid header by Schumacher. Brazil firmly in control against the European champions. Danger whenever they've got the ball. Danger whenever they come forward. Anderson. Vander just squaring the ball out to Falcao. And there, Malyushev, I think, is the player who's been poleaxed. Malyushev really felt that blow. Falcao the first across to check on his condition. He struck that really well, and Sergei Malyushev felt the full force in the face. Shuchko now on for Russia, while Malyushev has some attention. Anderson on the ball for Brazil. Here's Schumacher. Now Falcao. Oh, terrific work there by Anderson. And that's a penalty, is it? Oh! Well, that is an outrageous decision. Chuganov with the challenge. There's a rueful smile there from Chuganov. He can't believe it. I don't think anybody can. Anderson there with the flick on. Vander pulling away, and he got his foot to the ball. It was a complete miskick by Vander. But the boos ringing out around the stadium. Russia want to change their goalkeeper, a tactic which several teams have used during these championships. Samo Keen is regarded as the better shot stopper. Anderson has stepped forward here to take the penalty from the edge of the D. And he's blasted it in. A fourth goal for Brazil, but an undeserved goal for Brazil. Chuganov, a fair challenge penalised. For all that, a well-struck penalty by Anderson, really blasted it under the rim of the crossbar. Brazil 4, Russia 0. Anderson hasn't been on too long, but he scored 6 goals in this championship. Also means now that the top 6 goal scorers, not the top 5, are Brazilians. Shuchko. On by Agafonov. Russia make 2 substitutions. They want to make a third. Belai is about to come on. Belai replacing Kupetsko. Here's marking. Balko was snapping at his heels. Determined play that by Markin. Barishnikov. But back come Brazil. Good covering by Barishnikov. So many times in games during the championship we've seen Brazil win possession back close to the edge of their own D, and they've been able to attack in great numbers. 3 players coming forward with the ball sometimes, but there Russia are able to get white shirts back very, very quickly. But it's Brazil who lead 4-0. Russia know that they can afford to lose by 11. Or if they do lose by 11, they can afford to lose by 10 rather. They then will present Egypt with a chance of making progress into the semi-finals. Good effort for Belai. Laboisia equal to it. Solid defense there by Brazil. Barishnikov. Now Belai. Markin on the ball. Belai just ahead of him. Here's Barishnikov. Good running there by Alec Berov. Didn't quite keep possession. Timeout has been called here by Brazil. Just a minute and 40 seconds of the first half remain. An impressive showing by Brazil. Perhaps not as fluent as they have been earlier in the competition. They're still comfortably in charge. And they're still scoring goals. Phenomenal scoring record, Brazil, in these championships. Russia know that they'll have to sort their defence out should they make progress into the semi-finals. They conceded goals against Croatia. There was a game they were leading 3-0 and were struggling at 3-2, allowing Croatia to get 2 before they went on to win 4-2. And against Egypt here in their last game, they lost 6-4. Vander. Nicely done by Vander. Forward by Laboisia. Barishnikov forward. There's Markin. Well done there, Markin. Barishnikov. Belai. Markin again. Russia still trying to be patient, still trying to create the opening. Another foul against Brazil. The foul count against the Brazilians is now 5. 6, and they concede a penalty from the 10-meter mark. We're into the final minute of the first half, and it's Brazil coming forward here with Falcao. Nice interception there by Barishnikov, and he was fouled. That will be a penalty from the 10-meter mark. Well, Barishnikov, who was fouled, scored twice from the penalty spot in the game against the Argentinians. So who's going to step forward here? Alec Berov has got the opportunity to try and pull a goal back for Russia. Berov against Laboisia. Laboisia just bobbling about there. Well, he's way off his goal line. It didn't matter anyway. Berov hammering the shot wide. It's a well-struck penalty. It was struck the wrong side of the post. Anderson on the ball as the clock ticks down. He's off again, Falcao. Now Vander. Well, Russia happy to eat up a few more seconds. Goalkeeper doesn't have the same skill on the ball as his outfield teammates. Vila. Now Falcao. Well, great running by Falcao. It's a very tight angle for him, though. Brazil have the kick in here. Came off Vrishnikov, who's playing well for Russia. Skipper, very dependable. Brazil eat up a few more seconds. Half-time hooter sounds. A comfortable showing this really from Brazil. Russia will point to the early miss by Chugunov when the score was goalless, but then Brazil started to get into their stride. Goals from Tobias Schumacher, Tobias again, Anderson from the penalty spot, an undeserved penalty after Chugunov was alleged to have fouled Vander, but it was a fair challenge. It doesn't matter though, Brazil scored from the spot, and at half-time it's Brazil 4, Russia 0. Let's check on the first half match facts. Brazil with 22 attempts compared to Russia's 11. 16 shots on target for Brazil. They committed 6 fouls, but they got away with it. Missed by Arbitr Berov from the 10-meter penalty mark. Russia, though, with the bulk of the possession. Half-time is Brazil 4, Russia 0.
改正の考え方、 ットサルの特徴を生かすスピーディーさを助長しよう、それからフェアプレーを確保しよう、これについてはですね、やはり3つぐらいなポイントがあるのかと思います。でその一つは、まずハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーがボールを投げていい。これまではハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーはボールを投げることができませんでした。やはりゴールキーパーというのは特殊な存在ですので、そのプレーには制限がありました。しかしながら今度の改正でゴールキーパーはトップのプレイヤーに直接正確なパスが投げられる。そうすればスピーディーにプレーが展開できる、あるいはそこから早い得点が生まれるということもあると思います。もう一つはそのフットサルのピッチというのは縦が40メートル、横が20メートル、大体そうなんですけども、このピッチを全て広く使うことができるんじゃないかと。2つ目のポイントです。自由な交代というものがより進められることになりました。今まではボールがインプレー中に自由に交代できるのはフィールドプレーヤーだけだったんですね。でこれがゴールキーパーも含められるということになりました。フットサルでは4秒ルールというものが適用されて、何でも早く観客や選手を飽きさせないような速いプレーが求められてますね。でゴールキーパーの交代についても、ボールがインプレー中にやっていいよということがあると思います。でこれはですね、フィールドプレーヤーがゴールキーパーのユニフォームを着て、ピッチに立って5人でプレーをする。もちろんそのゴールキーパーとしての資質が、能力というものが高くないんで、リスクではあると思うんですけども、逆に言うと攻撃的になると、こういうプレーができるようになったということがあると思います。もう一つ、3つ目となると思いますけれども、これまで、反則を1チーム6つ重ねると第2 PK ペナルティーマークから壁がないゴールキーパーと1対1のフリーキックが与えられました。でこの距離がこれまではゴールラインから12メートルのところでした。しかしながら今年の改正でゴールラインから10メートルのところになりました。10メートルというとやはりそこから壁がなくてゴールキーパーと1対1であれば非常に得点のチャンスが生まれると思います。これは得点のチャンスを増やすということでもあるんですけれども、やはり反則をより少なくしようと。フットサルというのはサッカーのそのエッセンスのようなゲームです。反則をなるべく少なくしてフェアプレーに徹して行ってくださいというようなところなのかと思います。
日本フットサル連盟はですね、本年今まで20数年の歴史の中で初めて改組再編という形で取らせていただきまして、全国の地域にの代表の理事を入れていただいて、それで各地域にまで全国展開ができるようにという組織を改編しました。その中で日本フットサル連盟がこれからやらなきゃいけないこととかということが自然と出てきたわけですけど、その中でやっぱり一番大事なことはリーグ戦を各地域でやっていただこうということに、決めましてですね、各地域にできるだけ早い時期にリーグ戦を展開していただいて、それでそのトータルの中でその上には日本を代表するリーグが将来的にできればというのが目標にですね、競技性の一つはそれがあります。それからもう一つは、普及ということではサッカーのファミリーがたくさん増えるように、我々の中で、いつでもどこでも誰でもという理念のもとにですね、多くの方がサッカーを愛し、それでフットサルの愛好者になっていただいてですね、サッカーファミリーを拡大していくというのが、一つの狙いであります。
welcome back from me, Tony Jones. We're watching the final game in Group E, the final game in the second qualifying stage of this fourth FIFA Futsal World Championship. Brazil leading Russia 4-0 at half-time. The world champions putting on another big show here against the European champions. Who will stop Brazil here? Already through to the semi-finals, confirmed in the semi-finals are Spain and Portugal. Russia know that they will go through as long as they don't lose by more than 10 goals. But it says much about the dominance of the Brazilians that they can lead here by 4 against the European champions at half-time. So the second half is underway then, with Russia in the white shirts now attacking from right to left. Alec Berov on the ball. Alec Berov, who missed from the 10-meter penalty mark just before half-time. Here's Markin. Now the skipper Varishnikov, who had a good first half. Very solid in defence. Markin. Varishnikov. Good running by Markin. Chance for Markin. But good covering as well by Anderson, who scored the 4th goal for Brazil from the penalty spot. Harshly given penalty that. Chuganov adjudged to have fouled Vander. Our replay suggested that Chuganov had taken the ball and not the man. Vander just slipped. Markin again. Confronted by Falcao, who's been one of the stars of the tournament for Brazil. Another opportunity for Markin. Brazil able to bring the ball safely out. Here's their skipper, Andrea. Andrea only really on the periphery for Brazil in these championships so far. Falcao very much in the thick of it. Brilliant skill again from Falcao. Vander and Falcao, the two currently up front for Brazil. Manuel Tobias, their top man, has had a bit of a rest at the start of the second half. Falcao. Strong defence here from Russia. Belai able to get forward now. Now Konstantin Eremenko here for Russia. The top scorer. He's got a phenomenal scoring record, over 120 goals in just over 60 games for Russia. Scored 5 in these championships, but he doesn't play here. He was sent off in the last game, a game which Russia lost against Egypt 6-4. Belai. Alec Berov. Russia make their first changes of the second half here. Instead of taking 4 outfield players off, they've just taken 1 off this time. They've brought on Shuchko, who's currently on the ball. Big crowd inside. El Domo again. Falcao with the shot. Unconventional save by Denisov. Did well to recover. Falcao's effort has drawn the attention of the crowd to what's happening on the pitch. Chuganov with the kick-in. Kick-ins rather than throw-ins. Kupetsko. Out. Russia now have a corner. Malushev has made his way into the Brazilian D. Brazil so frustrating to play against. So alert and bright coming forward, so solid in defence. Glimmer of a chance there for Agafonov. Falcao on by Anderson. Petskov really has nowhere to go. Closed down very quickly by Andrea. He's forced into making the error. Pressure play there from the Brazilian skipper. Vander. Now Andrea. Falcao. Now Anderson. Delightful work by Anderson. Just overrun the ball there. Chuganov insisting that Vander was pushed further back. But Russia here short of ideas. No way through for Russia. Side who've won the European title. They beat Spain in a penalty shootout last year. Spain regarded as second favourites for this tournament. They're in the semi-finals. Portugal are in the semi-finals. Brazil are there. It looks as though Russia will be joining them. Russia with plenty of possession, nothing to show for it. Falcao forward to Vander. Well, for once, Vander's first touch let him down. Apology there from Vander. Ball came to him very, very quickly. Brazil have a kick in as opposed to a corner. Andrea. Now Falcao. Trying to commit the challenge from Markin. Now Anderson. Brazil patient when they have to be. It's all getting a little bit scrappy. 15 minutes remain here. Brazil know that they're through, and Russia are on the way to the semi-finals as well, as long as they don't concede more than 10 goals. But what does it say about Brazil when they beat the European champions so convincingly? Russia also have an impressive record in futsal. They were third in Spain in '96. They were also there in '92, and the nucleus of this squad comes from the Dino Moscow team. Dino Moscow, like Brazil in world futsal, the dominant force in the Russian game. Barishnikov. Now Alek Berov. Chance for Bilai to try and get something going here for Russia. Bilai again. Here's Markin. Markin forced wide though by Anderson. Bilai once more. Glimmer of a chance and a goal. It's Alek Berov. It's been a long time coming, but Russia now have got off the mark. Alek Berov, who missed from the 10-metre penalty mark just before half-time, finally finds the target. Bilai, delightful work there on the edge of the D, and it was a fine run through by Alek Berov. Exchange of passes there, working well for Russia. Brazil 4, Russia 1. Russia perhaps now suggesting that they're not going to be messed about with. They want to make more of a game of it. Bilai. Now the skipper, Barishnikov. Bilai once more. Russia creating some nice angles. There's an urgency about their play here now. Malyushev. Another chance for Malyushev. Here's Bilai. Now Now it's the Brazilians who are chasing the ball. Malyushev to come forward. Here's Bilal. Another chance for Alec Berov, but it's gone in. Malyushev has got this one. Alec Berov, this time the provider. Malyushev in there at the death to get a second goal now for Russia. Great approach play by Russia, and the shot had deceived Lavoisia. Malyushev in at the start of the move and in right at the very finish. Nice finish, 4-2. Back come Brazil. Well, Brazil were given a test by Egypt, who eventually succumbed 12-4. Argentina beat them, Brazil beat Argentina 4-1, but for a long time they were back in it at 2-1, and now Russia have got a chance. Malyushev has got the second goal, his second goal of the championship. It was a rather indifferent start to the second half, but suddenly Russia have decided that they can perhaps get something from this game. Brazil have also shown that they mean business. Schumacher is back on, Manuel Tobias is back on. Ball went out of play. Brazil have the kick in. Tobias on the ball. Chance for Juan, who's just come on. Here he is again. Manuel Tobias just ahead of him. That was a good angle created for the incoming player there, who was Vander. That was poor by Denisov. Goalkeeper really hasn't got the right range with his clearances. Tobias now to bring the ball forward for Brazil. Schumacher. Schumacher again. Russia here with a tight defensive block of four. Maybe Juan can find a bit of room. Manuel Tobias. Just can't quite get the angle for the shot. Terrific turn by Vander. Smart block by Agaponov. Crowd have really come to life following those two second half goals for Russia. Goals by Alec Berov and Malyushev. They were 4-0 down. Now they trail 4-2. Schumacher. Brazil here with Vander on the edge of the D. Manuel Tobias. Juan. Vander. Accurate passing from Brazil. But Manuel Tobias has given the ball away. There's a chance here for Varishnikov. But Manuel Tobias able to recover, not once but twice. And he's the first to hold his hands up in apology. Casual crossfield pass by Manuel Tobias, very nearly punished by Alexander Varishnikov, the Russian skipper. And that was a poor pass by Mikhail Markin. Varishnikov, here come Russia again. Time for a couple of Russian substitutions. Bilal is on again. Is every move being watched by Schumacher? Here's Bilal, just dropped off Schumacher there to make sure that he could keep the momentum going here for Russia. Kupetskov. Nice movement here again from Russia. Bilal. Now Malyushev. Kupetskov. Nice work here from Russia. Great movement, and they're passing the ball with increasing confidence. But they've just given the ball away. Joan now with an opportunity ahead of him there for Vander. But here come Russia once more. Shot was drilled into Schumacher's knees. Solid challenge by Manuel Tobias, but Beli able to wriggle clear, but he's unable to cross the ball towards Alec Berov. Crowd are now really behind Russia. Tobias with a shot over the top of the bar. Denisov will be delighted if his teammates can keep him at that range. Russia in turn have now called for a timeout. Each team allowed a 1 minute timeout per half. The Russian coach Mikhail Bondariv will be delighted with the effort of his players during this second half. They trailed 4-0 at half-time. Now it's 4-2. Plenty of support for the Russians. Maybe the crowd sense a surprise. Can Russia emerge with something from this game? We've seen lots of surprises in this fourth FIFA Futsal World Championship. Mikhail Bondarев knows most of these players well. He was coach of Dina Moscow, and many of those players are included in his squad of 14 for Futsal 2000. Position at the moment makes you wonder what it would have been like had Russia had their most creative player out there, Konstantin Eremenko, who is currently suspended. He will return for the semi-final, as will Andrei Kachchuk, also suspended. Russia here forced to choose from just 10 outfield players. Beli. Russia increasing the tempo. Alec Berov. Beli once more. Brazil have to retreat deeper into their own half. Alec Berov. Indu to get the block. Russia making more substitutions. They tend to keep their players out for 2 minutes and then take all the outfield players off and replace them with 4 more. Slip there, which has presented the ball back to Brazil. Agafonov just overstretching as he tried to accept the pass from his skipper. Manuel Tobias. Joan. Indu. Now Schumacher. Manuel Tobias. Caught the angle of the outside of the goal. Really is a phenomenal talent, Manuel Tobias. He earns £250,000 or $250,000 playing professional futsal in Brazil. Marking now for Russia. Agafonov very busy. Skipper put under pressure there by Indu. Back come Brazil. Manuel Tobias. Poor pass from Manuel Tobias. Howls of derision around El Domo. Stadium holds 7,500. The acoustics absolutely magnificent. 7,500 sometimes seem to sound like 70,000. Labusier palming the ball out towards Joan. Here's Schumacher. Good covering there by Markin. Brazil with the kick in. Here's Schumacher. Manuel Tobias. Joan. Confronted this time by Kupetskov, and it's squeezed it in. A goal from nothing for Brazil. He looked to be taken wide then by Kupetskov, but just when they seemed to be under pressure, Brazil have been able to produce an answer, and the answer has been provided by Joan. Joan there didn't seem to have anywhere to go. He was being taken wide all the time by Kupetskov, and somehow the ball squeezed in, just clipped the post as it went past. It was such a tight angle. He did very well to score from there. But Brazil now 5-2 in front. Brazil now have a bit more breathing space. Just over 6.5 minutes of the second half remain. Manuel Tobias now. Almeida has a chance to shine now. He's just come on as a substitute for Brazil. Indu with the shot well wide. Three goals now in this championship for Joan. 4 assists. What a slip there by Markin. Lapse of concentration. He took his eye off the ball. He stood on the ball. Almeida. Manuel Tobias again at the centre of things, as is Schumacher, who really has impressed during these championships. Good save by Denisov. It was a lazy and almost languid backlift there by Manuel Tobias. Schumacher. Confident goalkeeping by Denisov, just scrapping to get there ahead of Indu. Will Russia be able to find another response? Solid run by Beeline. Solid challenge too by Indu. Coach there, Michael Vander, 3 times a winner as Brazilian skipper. Now he's in charge as coach. Malusha. Now Markin. The noise inside El Domo is deafening. It's been a fine second half. Fine second half by Russia. Able to pull 2 goals back, but then to concede one to Joan. Eli has given the ball away. Indu. Still with Indu. Now Almeida. Schumacher. Manuel Tobias. Idea was right. Just tried to loft the ball forward towards Indu, who was anticipating it arriving. And Lagoisia in a bit of a muddle, having come out of his defensive D. Another opportunity to see the goal from Joan. Such a difficult angle for him, but he got beyond Kupetskov and he just squeezed the shot in beyond Denisov's reach. Inside the last 5 minutes. Russia have increased the tempo throughout the second half. Schumacher. Now Almeida. Indu just ahead of him, closely watched by the Russian skipper Vereshnikov. Kupetskov. Nice work by Kupetskov. Solid and unfair challenge by Indu. Brazil have conceded their second free kick of this second half. Brazil forcing Russia back, but only momentarily. Oh, delightful interception there by Almeida. He was off balance, but he was still able to get his foot around the ball. Manuel Tobias and Indu. Great turn by Indu. Good block by Vereshnikov. Defender was tight against Indu, who for a big burly front runner turned very, very quickly. Manuel Tobias, confronted this time by Chuganov. Chuganov, who missed a very good chance for Russia with a score at 0-0. Schumacher's shot blocked this time by Vereshnikov, who was standing just ahead of his goalkeeper. Marking on the ball. Here he is again. Russia tried to inject some pace. They've just brought on Malyushev. Now they've brought on Alec Berov. Yet more confident defending by Schumacher. Schumacher has scored his share of goals in this championship, but he's been very solid in defence for Brazil. Brazil with plenty of flair, always prepared to create something special, as Indu was doing there. But he was also holding off the defender, and that's another free kick to Russia. It must be a worry for Brazil that they've now conceded 9 free kicks in this game, 3 of them now in the second half. Manuel Tobias, Schumacher. Here's Almir. Now Indu. Schumacher with the opportunity maybe to have a crack at goal. Or will it be Manuel Tobias? Another good save, good catch as well by Denisov. Had to make sure there with Indu threatening. Forward by Alec Berov. Smart work there by Markin. Just taking the ball away from Indu, who's a bit slow to react. Malyushev on the ball. Malyushev. Markin trying to make a nuisance of himself on the edge of the defensive D alongside Almir. Almir. Now Manuel Tobias, who, even though Brazil are into the semi-finals, still wants to be in the thick of the action. No rest for him. No rest really for Brazil in the second half. They've been given a tough time at times by Russia. Russia, the European champions. Brazil, the 3 times world champions, the dominant force in world futsal. Are they on their way to their 4th consecutive title? We'll know by Sunday evening. Belay with the header on, did well. So too did Almir, who was able to stretch out and get the ball back to his goalkeeper. Indu, chance for another goal, and they have got that 6th goal now, Brazil, and it's been put away by Manuel Tobias. Another hat-trick for Manuel Tobias. Even though they've been under so much pressure at times in this second half, they've got the ability to change their play, to switch their approach. Nicely done by Indu, and again Manuel Tobias in the right place at the right time. Just able to almost roll the ball in from there. Brazil 6, Russia 2. Another goal for Manuel Tobias. A hat-trick for him in this game. Well, that's a penalty. Legs taken away from under Indu. There's just 4 seconds left on the clock. Senior official Walter Arce Sola had no doubts about that, and it's Tobias who'll step forward here to perhaps get his 4th goal on the night. It'll take his tally to 17 for the championship. He was top scorer in Spain 4 years ago with 14, and he's still got 2 matches to play after this one, assumes. Tobias, oh, brilliant save by Denisov. Fabulous stop. And the final hooter sounds. Brazil have won. Brazil and Russia safely into the semi-finals. Mihail Bondaric will be pleased with the commitment shown by his side in the second half. Brazil know they can expect nothing but the best from Manuel Tobias. Another 3 goals from him tonight. A miss from the penalty spot. But it didn't really matter. Brazil safely into the last 4. Russia also safely into the last 4. Egypt and Argentina are the 2 who miss out in this group. It's Brazil 6, Russia 2. Warm applause for the Russians. Played some bright football this evening.